Alright, hey everyone, Noah Walker here, back with my video series Accumulated Knowledge for Team Cardhoarder, and here we are in the first match of this league, and I won the roll, so yes, I'd like to play first. Ooh, okay, so this hand is definitely not a keep. If it had one land though, this would be like such a snap keep, but I think it's too greedy to keep with just Probe and the Wasteland. A lot of really good cards in this hand though, but sucks to mulligan, but I think I have to. So this hand, on the other hand, is definitely much more keepable. We can fetch for... I guess we could fetch for a black-red land, even though it's a little loose if we wanted to cast both of these. But just getting Volk for the Lightning Bolt is good enough. Also, there's having the Wasteland to feed the Gurmag Angler and keep them lower on resources with the Bolt is really good. So I think this is a keep. Definitely pretty bad against some sort of combo deck, but... Ooh, Daze. I'm actually going to keep that on top. I think Daze is really good in this hand. Since there's a Daze there, I'm leaning towards playing like a turn 2 Young Pyromancer, even though that means that we won't be able to cast the Gurmag Angler. Probe, okay. No, he knows all our secrets now. Good thing that the Daze is on top, because then next turn we play Young Pyromancer with the Daze backup. He won't know we have the Daze, so that's always good. I really just hope that we get to cast this card. I love this Magic card. It's just so much fun. So many options every turn. Does everything. Alright, cracks Delta 4. Basic. So probably playing some sort of... Oh. Maybe playing Delver. That's fine. So normally I would definitely end of turn Bolt here, but we have Young Pyromancer, so we want an extra token, and we want to draw the Daze, so I think waiting is totally fine. Definitely getting Volcanic here. It casts both of these cards and Daze, so it's definitely the play. Yeah, he's had the Daze back. Hopefully, this is probably a card that he would consider forcing too, just because Young Pyromancer is so powerful. But no flip one time. No, it's fine. Even if it flips, we just take 3/1. So, and like if his land here is Volk or anything, then we could just waste it off. Here I'm just hoping he doesn't have, like, Spell Pierce would be super annoying. Ponder's totally fine, though. As long as we get this Bolt off on the Delver and beaten with this Young Pyromancer, then I think we're pretty far ahead, so. Unfortunately, I think this is a matchup where Jace isn't that great. It's generally pretty bad against the Delver decks because they have Daze, so it's hard to ever resolve, and then once you play it, you have to, like, you're almost never using the 0. So I don't think I'm gonna keep in Jace in this matchup. Maybe one max, but I imagine that I'll be taking both out. Alright, so he gets on top, just not to shuffle. Bolt that, for sure. Hey, resolved. That's really good. And that Ponder is also a fantastic draw, because it gives us an extra spell for Young Pyromancer, an extra card in our graveyard to feed to Gurmag Angler, so, and to find a black source for the Gurmag, so the Ponder's a fantastic draw. Ponder from his line. Alright, and he chose to shuffle. Probably just getting a Valk here and killing the PZ. Yep. As expected. Ooh, okay. Brainstorm's a pretty good card to have, too. So I think I'm just going to lead off with Ponder here. Ooh, Tarn is great. Exactly what we were looking for. No shuffle. Tarn, crack. And this is going to be a great Gurmag Angler, too. Get a second blue source. So normally, I feel like it could be correct to keep this Wasteland in play so that we could like cast the Jace, but I think it's much more important to keep them off lands for now. So Gurmag is really hard to deal with already, so as far behind as we can put them is probably best. Looks just like just a blue-red Delver deck. Chose to not shuffle, okay. Ooh, Painful Truths. So drawing a card like Painful Truths really makes me want to cast Brainstorm this turn, so I think I'm gonna. Even though generally I like saving Brainstorm for as long as possible, I think I can make a little exception. I'm just gonna put back the Jace and the Truths, and cast this for blue mana. Ooh, okay. It's good to know. 2 prices, a Bolt, and a Storm Chaser. So I will not play more lands, is basically what that means. I probably won't be casting this Painful Truths either. Luckily, we just have lethal here, basically, so he can bolt us, play the Storm Chaser Mage. If you leave Storm Chaser Mage back to block, then we can just bolt it. If he doesn't, then if we get in with the Gurmag Angler, we have bolt to finish him off. So this game actually just went pretty handily. Gurmag Angler is insane against fair decks, especially Delver decks. And yeah, just the early game Pyromancer was insane here too. He wasn't able to kill it on the first turn, so like had to fetch, or just only had the basic land really. So not being able to cast Chain Lightning on Pyromancer and us getting the incremental value seemed to be too much. Alright, so now even Force doesn't save. Yeah, so game 1 went well. One with a bunch of value cards in our hand. Seems like Jace is definitely not great in this matchup. Painful Truths, probably still okay. It's worrisome to keep in that many of them because of price, but I'll probably keep in 1, at least. Alright, so what's good in this matchup? I think Baleful Strix is probably good. The Pyroblast. Abrupt Decay might be good in this matchup just because he doesn't play Wasteland. But it might not even be worth it. Invasive Surgery, I don't think it hits enough. You can hit like Ponder and Chain Lightning. Actually, the fact that it hits Chain Lightning might just warrant a slot. I know if I'm going to take out the 2 Jaces, 1 of the Painful Truths, and I'm not sure what else. I don't think that I want the 4th Cabal Therapy, but I think 3 is totally fine here. Maybe I just don't want any Painful Truths because, like, I guess the deck is pretty aggressive. Probably just better to show off of those type of value cards and just just be fine with the Strix and the Pyroblast. So, Toxic Deluge is probably good in this matchup too. I don't think I want Diabolic Edict. 1-for-1 is like okay. I have a lot of 1-for-1s, and this one costs 2, so. But this card's probably great. What to cut? I could shave a Therapy, but I actually think Therapy is pretty good. I just don't think I want the full 4. The real question is, like, what's better in this matchup, Toxic Deluge or Dismember? Oftentimes, when I'm gassing a Dismember, I'll probably be like, unless I played Deathrite Shaman first, it'll probably cost at least a couple life. So, I'm just gonna start with these 4. I think these are for sure good. Maybe not the Surgery, and yes on the Deluge. I don't know. Surgery actually seems really good against Chain Lightning, though, so I'm just going to try this for now. Maybe I'll adjust sideboarding after if the matchup is going differently than how I had planned. But I think that this should be fine. Like, I almost want more removal spells just because I think that they'll probably have Grim Lavamancer in their deck, but maybe like one of these removal spells is better than like a Therapy. I'll try that. This is probably one of the greedier removal spells to pick. One that he can kill. That also costs 3, but it seems okay. This hand's really bad. We don't want to draw that many lands in this matchup, as is, because he plays Price. So I'm just going to mull. This hand's great, though. Has a Pyroblast, which is really good against most of the threats in that deck. And Pyromancer. Yeah, this hand's fantastic. Snapkeep. Ooh, and a Deathrite on top even, so. No turn 1 plays. I think I'm just going to fire off a Probe for life. It's a little greedy with having the Pyromancer play. Yeah, I just wanted to know how many Dazes he had. Because if we play around Daze, this hand is much better. So Price, Daze, X2, Storm, Delta, Tarn. Okay. Ooh, that's going to be a good card to have, too. I think, I'm definitely playing Volcanic Island. Question is if... So turn 2, they're probably going to play a land, crack one of the fetches, and Brainstorm. Try to set up a better hand. If we Power Blast that, then they Daze, then we can get off the Deathrite next turn. But I think it's probably better to just save the Power Blast and not let it get dazed, and just play Ponder this turn. So I'm just going to do that. Ooh, okay. So there's another Probe, Staticaster, Deathrite Shaman. I'm gonna shuffle this. I think it's not bad because there's a Deathrite Shaman, but I guess I could just draw like Deathrite Shaman, Probe, and shuffle away the Staticaster. Maybe I shouldn't have brought this in. I think it's pretty good, but like his hand is no creatures, so it's looking pretty bad. I think I'm just gonna shuffle though. Land's fine. Cracks one of the fetches, probably for basic island. Ooh, basic mountain. Must have drawn a red card. Swift Spear was the draw. Okay. So the hand is 2 Dazes. Brainstorm, Price, Delta. Just gonna fetch and play a Deathrite. I almost want to get a green source here, but I'm not gonna. It's not really worth it. Boom. Landed a death right. Looking good. Sucks that we can't really block this Swift Spear, but you see, this is a brainstorm that I really want to Pyroblast, but it just gets dazed, and then it gives this +1/+1. Like, I almost feel like it's better used to just save it. Especially because once this brainstorm resolves, they'll probably shuffle back like at least 1 daze because we know about the dazes. And if they daze in response to the brainstorm, then they just get a land back in their hand to shuffle away with the fetch. So casting the Power Blast there is just pretty bad. Like, gives this +1/+1, only takes away like one of the cards that is already not being great here because we can play around it easily. So, ooh, another Swift Spear. Okay, I think I'm gonna block that Swift Spear though, because I mean, what instant spell could they really cast here to punish me that badly? It's like Bolt Your Face is not great, but okay. Huh, it was Bolt Your Face. That's just kind of surprising to me. More that I'd figured they just bolt like Deathrite Shaman. But I guess if I don't block them, they can just bolt Deathrite Shaman, and if I do block them, they can bolt Face and it deals more damage. So that was actually probably a good play. So definitely have a little bit of a dilemma here of not wanting to play another land. Because here another land is like super close to being dead, right? It's like it's like 2 more damage. It's 3 more damage actually. So if we were at 7, so let's say we crack down to 9, take 6 down to 3, an extra spell after the Swift Spear is just lethal. So probably have to Young Pyromancer plus Probe to get multiple blockers. Alright, I'll try it out. I really think Gurmag is like the better play, but it's just not really reliable. I think I'm gonna get an Underground Sea. Huh. I could just get super duper. No, it's not worth it. I could get super greedy and pay life with the probe. And then cast Gurmag. But if they kept either of the dazes, then that place sucks, so. Okay, I'd keep a daze. And a Pyroblast. So the Pyroblast does nothing, so it's price daze. Pyroblast. The only bad part here is that we have to chump block both creatures. But I think that this is a better outcome than just straight up being dead, so. Yep. Price resolves. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1 mana off. I think it's still just gotta be. Kind of no reason not to play the land at this point, so. And just jam Gurmag. Actually, a bit more than 1 mana off. Actually, yeah. A bit more than 1 mana off. Delver's fine. Okay, that's definitely a sigh of relief. Because that game, that could have been, like, super bad. If he had, like, the fact that they didn't play around Bolt just means that we got to survive, basically. So if I waste, that's 1 card, 2 cards in graveyard. Spend 2 mana on Gurmag Angler. I guess I have to Pyroblast first, right? So I play fetch land. Pyroblast Delver. Waste Volk. And then I have to fetch too. Get Badlands. But then we can just cast Gurmag, so. Still dead to like a million cards, but got what we got. For now the Gurmags are holding down the forest, so. Another Delver. No. I suppose I could have waited a turn for the Bolt to see what they drew, but no, I needed the Bolt to grow to play the Anglers, so. Oh, why did I keep Enforce of Will? This card is so bad in these type of matchups. I guess I have to keep in like some number of some counter spells, but I think I'm actually going to board out some forces next game for better answers to creatures. Like, it's definitely really good against some of the burn spells, so I'm not going to board out all the forces, but it's probably worse than like Cabal Therapy or something. Yeah, I am dead. So yeah, that game was, it was a rough one. Double Swiftspear start into Bolt for our Deathrite was pretty brutal. But I think that if I sideboard a little better, then this matchup could go better. I think that like me wanting to have Staticaster was greedy. I could shave maybe some forces. I think Abrupt Decay is actually probably pretty good. And I'll bring in another Therapy. Don't want Painful Truce, get too low on life. Diabolic Edict seems a little slow. Yeah, but Needle's not great. Submerge, yeah, no. I think this is great. I think I'm still fine having the Invasive Surgery. Maybe it's too narrow though. Like maybe I just don't want the surgery and I want a third force. Actually, I think I'm fine with that. How many blue cards are there really? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 19. Not a super small number, I guess, but I don't know. Force definitely gets worse post-board, too, because of cards like I'm blanking. Pyroblast. Maybe Toxic Deluge is better. Like having Deluge on an early turn. Maybe Deluge on the play is better. I don't know. Just Deluge plus Pyromancer just feels so gross to me. Maybe it's like Diabolic Edict over one of the forces. I don't know. Force is probably just fine. I'll try this out. I was complaining about how I didn't think that I wanted Force, but Force is probably better than I think it is in this matchup. countering the relevant spells is very important. So, alright, this hand just has no lands, so easy mole. This hand's good though. Def keep. Days. I think I'm going to keep the days on top, being on the play. Definitely wishing that I had like more spot removal in the deck, I guess. Like, if this is just a removal spell for Deathrite Shaman, I don't think that I can afford to force a it. My hand doesn't have anything. So maybe I was right in assuming that force of will wasn't good enough in this matchup. Ooh, okay, Swift Spear's fine though. Swift Spear plus Probe, okay. I'm definitely going to fire off this Brainstorm next turn. Because then if we draw a Probe, we get to Therapy. Probe Therapy is going to be good. Really just looking for Baleful Strix in this matchup, mostly. I think that's like one of the best cards. Obviously, Lightning Bolt's also very good. Brainstorm. Well, definitely cracking the fetch here. The question is what to shuffle back. Could shuffle back the Cabal Therapy and the Volcanic Island, then like Polluted Delta for Volk, play Ponder. But I think Therapies actually could be really good in this matchup. I'm just kind of hesitant to fetch down on lands here. But I think it's okay because we have the Deathrite Shaman and a Daze to back it up, so. Yeah, I'll just get Volk for now. The Volk might have been a little loose, because now we can't cast the Therapy. I think that these cards are definitely not good enough, and then we have to shuffle. Like, Dismember's really good against this, but having 2 dead draws after that, can't afford that. Okay, Gurmak's great. Kind of making me wish that I had fetched up a black source, but I think Gurmak's great. And the reason I'm not attacking with Deathrite or anything is so that if we daze and like then they try to daze back, we can pay for it. Swift Spear. I kind of want to daze that. Is that greedy? Maybe not. Because, like, dazing it, we get an extra... Ooh, wow. Had the land. Just no respect for the daze. That's crazy. Straight up had the land. Oh, okay. And had the bolt. That's kind of sucky. Because now we don't even have the black source for the angler. Like, oh, yeah, I definitely just should have fetched up the wrong land here. Like having Therapy in hand, that was just like super duper greedy. Now I'm just stuck being unable to cast anything. So Strix is a fine draw though, because it can be pitched to force. Then as soon as we draw black source, we have an angler. So it's not the end of the world, but it's definitely not great. I think we have to let this Brainstorm resolve too, so not looking the best. So I don't know, maybe I'm supposed to taking all this damage. Maybe I'm supposed to, yeah, it's just obvious what I'm supposed to do. The black source is much better than the red source here. I mean, I guess if like in hindsight's 2020, of course, if I'd drawn like Bolt here and had fetched up Black Source, so I mean, I guess let me still have a spell though, at least, because like just having the Therapy in hand probably means that fetching up Black is a little better than fetching up Red. This Sphere is getting huge though. I guess I'm glad that like this is a turn that the Sphere is growing as opposed to a turn when I have Gurmag Angler in play, because then Gurmag will actually do a lot of work. So, but now I think that if we draw Black Source, it's just Gurmag Angler instead of the Baleful Strix because we have Force plus Strix. Chose to not shuffle. That can't be great. 11. Okay. Ponder's a good start. Badlands, also a good one. So I'm going to put it back. Probe, Pyromancer, Badlands. No, I'd like to shuffle. Play this card. So it's actually looking fine. That Ponder was about as good as it gets, because the next turn we can play Young Pyromancer plus Cabal Therapy. And this Gurmag is a great blocker. Having the Force of Will and having the Pyromancer Therapy is a great feeling. I think that Delver is actually just okay here. Pyromancer. Ooh, resolved. Cabal Therapy. Ooh, no responses. So, it's like, what is the name here? Like, I'm not gonna lie, pretty worried in this spot. Like, if we don't name something good with the Therapy, then I think we're pretty far behind. I think maybe just like Price is the name, because that's the card that's worse for us. So, Price of Progress. Okay, yeah, so there was a Price of Progress. Also a Bolt and a Chain Lightning. So we definitely chose correctly here. Flashing back to Therapy, I think I'm going to name the Bolt. Okay, so the name here just has to be Chain Lightning. This is really scary still. But just Pyroblast is an okay place to be from here. I think that maybe I can even start attacking. Because we have, like, Elemental is just a good block. I just really hope this isn't something like Price. That feels bad. That feels so bad. So, I mean, I guess that I can take the... Wow. That just feels bad. it flipping on the same turn and it being exactly a card that poses lethal is just as bad as it gets. Maybe they'll F6 and like not counter our Force of Will accidentally or something. But like having exactly like Price Pyroblast as the last two cards is about as wow. I don't even know what to say. That just feels so bad. Yeah, I think we played that game pretty well. Got the blind named the price, got it there. If he casts price in response, then I think we're pretty just dead. If he casts price in response, actually, we don't have an answer to the Delver that's in play, and we die. I guess we could Force of Will that price though, and then name like Bolt, and then end up hitting a good number of cards. But wow, I don't even know. I just definitely feel violated right now. That was just every time I just like think like, oh, I just hope they don't draw exactly this card. Boom, there it is. Dead, you dead. GG, you dead. Yeah, right. But that was still good games. Close, really close game. Top card was Probe, and then wonder what was after that. It would have been really interesting to see how that game played out the next 12 turns. Like if the Delver doesn't just flip there and kill me. Because I mean, even like if the Delver misses flipping for like a single turn, then he's definitely on the back foot. You know, I can start getting in hits with the Gurmag, and it has to flip with exactly something that deals enough damage for it to be like kill you. You know, like if the card is just a Bolt or something, then actually just a Bolt is still pretty good, but being lethal is insane there. Because the next turn we can cast a blocker for the Delver also. So if it's not something that deals like 6, we're fine. But yeah, GG's. Let's move on to the next match.